Hey coin collectors, Dan the Collecting Man here. Today I wanted to go through what are some of my favourite coins for my collection. I often talk about specific coins and what I personally think about it, but I've never really shared as a holistic of all my collection. These are probably my top coins, and I'll go through why I like them and the memories and the meanings behind it to why I enjoy it. And this is what I love about coin collecting. These are the ones that if someone comes over and they want to show off a coin, these are the kind of ones that I get out to show off because I'm kind of proud of and I think they're really cool. And these are the ones that I'm unlikely to ever sell because I really enjoyed them as part of my collection. So I've got a good mix of coins from around Australia and the UK as a bit of a mix of stuff that I've been collecting. So we'll start with probably what is one of the most collectible coins within Australia. This is obviously the 2012 Sea Mint Poppy. Definitely a very, very cool collectible coin. I've noticed that when I went through my collection to have a look at it, all my favorite coins I've pretty much sent to be graded. So obviously to keep them in pristine condition and also adds a bit of value. But these are the kind of coins that even though they obtain quite good substantial value, I'm probably never going to sell them because I just love having them and owning them as part of a collection. So this one here, MS67, you're looking at around $750 on the secondary market. Pretty cool one, but this is one of the most iconic kind of collectible coins in Australia, and I think this is a pretty cool and unique one to have as part of a collection. The next one was one that I remember getting, and this is almost the one that started my YouTube channel by me getting it and being super excited. So just getting this coin at a mintage of 5,000 was already very hard, and I remember being up early in the morning, being online and refreshing, and then having all those issues with the Royal Mint website to finally get it, being the very first silver proof coloured coin that's ever been minted. And getting a 70, I remember getting the score of the 70 as well, was definitely something I was very, very proud of. So $80 I spent on this initially, looking around $1,400 for this. And now there, obviously we've seen another coloured silver coin come out this year. But this for me is definitely a keeper and one that I used to have on my backdrop of my phone because I was so excited to own this one as part of my collection. The next one is some pretty cool ones from the UK Mint. So this one was for me an absolute pearl of a design. I love this. This is the coronation of King Charles here. So it's got a very special effigy with King Charles with his crown on the head. So very low minted on these. And I just love this design. For me, I thought this was a real classic design. I feel like it's going to be an absolute collector in the future. Obviously getting a 70 is quite rare, especially from the Royal Mint as well. Their quality isn't always the best, and to have this, and I just love this iconic design. I'm not sure the value because I've not seen any really sold that have been graded, so that's one of those things that obviously if the silver version you're looking around $250 ungraded, roughly, depending on where you get it from, but having a graded and a perfect grade at that, I'm not quite sure what the value is on this one, but you can see it just looks cool. And to add to that, I got a second one, same design but in gold, and another 70. So this is a 1/40th ounce of gold, pure gold, with the exactly same design. They're both of them again with the crowned effigy of King Charles, which makes them even more collectible. And again, don't know what the value of this is. This was a very low mintage of around 2,000 off memory, so very, very low mintage on this one. So it was already rare as it was having a coronation gold coin. But then on top of that, having a 70, from my memory, this is one of the only ones in the world that had been graded at 70. So it might have been one or two that have only been graded at 70 for those. So very low population on both of these. And don't know the values, but I think this is one of those long-term values. Obviously, if unfortunately King Charles was to pass, I'm sure they'll go up in significant value, but I love the design on it specifically. That's what I really, really enjoy about those ones. The next one is this Perth Mint one here. I love these kind of designs out of the Perth Mint for 2024. I ended up getting the whole collection of these because I thought they were really neat. It's a cool effigy of King Charles, and I do love the Perth Mint stuff. So having the kangaroo, koala, and kookaburra on one coin for the Perth Mint 125 years is really, really cool. Also getting a 70 on this. Again, not that many are getting a 70 on these ones, so it's pretty cool to own that. And I'm not sure again of the value of this specifically at the 70. So very, very neat, but I just enjoyed this coin, and I ended up getting a couple, and I haven't sent those for grading as well because I just think these will be long-term collectors. They're kind of not many people, they're not part of a series, a bit like these ones here. They're not part of a series, but they're something that I'm definitely proud to own, and I definitely hold them as part of a cool part of my collection so far. The next one is another old classic $2 colored coin. This one is the coronation, I think it was the Jubilee off memory, of Queen Elizabeth, and this is the 2013 Cement version. Very, very low population at an MS68. So this one holds quite a strong value at around $1,400 because of its limitability of the coin itself. It's already a low mintage coin, and then to get a high score on that is, and it's the second kind of coin that came out after the poppy. But this one having such a good grade on it as well makes it very, very collectible. So definitely happy to own this one. And it's nice to have some really good high quality Cement coins there from the Royal Australia Mint. Next we moved on to some other classics that I've got here. So these ones here, this one's the Quarter Sovereign. So this one has a really, really cool story for me. So this one, the quarter one has a very, very low mintage of around 1,750. So this is a very, very limited sovereign, quarter sovereign here. So first of all, I love the box of this one. So you look at the way it's presented, and you've got the Royal Mint embossing in the lid, and just that quality of the finish. So just the way it's presented is already kind of cool and unique. But here we've got the really cool sovereign. Like I said, it's a very, very low mintage coin, and I think this is something quite iconic. So here we go, the 2023 sovereign with King Charles, again, crown effigy. So this is the coronation sovereign. So key things for me, why I love this one, is my very, very first YouTube channel that I ever created was on this coin. So this is the one that got the YouTube channel started, and I loved it, and I thought it was pretty cool to go through it. And if you watch that video now, and I'll put a link up the top, it's quite embarrassing to see. It also shows how far my YouTube channels come from those days. The way I was speaking, the lighting, everything else about it has definitely improved a lot since I made that one. But that's pretty cool. Definitely quite collectible. I haven't seen how much these are going for now because they're so rare. They're not really selling on the secondary market as much. So definitely something to own. And then I've got the full sovereign as well, which I thought was pretty unique. And this one is definitely selling at about 1,500 at the moment for a sovereign, Prue sovereign, which is pretty reasonable and pretty standard for a sovereign. But I think this one had a higher mintage. But again, you got the beautiful presentation box that it comes in here. And again, we can see the beautiful sovereign. So a nice bit of gold there. Unfortunately, this has still got that pinky gold that it comes in here. So you can see that one there with King Charles with the effigy. So definitely very cool to own, having some sovereigns like that as well as part of a collection there. Next, we've got one of my first piece of gold coins that I ever bought. So this is going back way back when I was collecting. This is a 2002 Year of the Horse coin that I bought, the 1/10 ounce gold. I remember getting it at the Australian Post Office. Thought it was pretty cool to get that, and pretty neat, and didn't think much of it back then. So I paid $99, which if you actually look about that, I was probably overpaying that, but it is a proof coin. Now it's worth well about $500-600. Very, very limited mintage. So this is only 1,341 of these were minted, so it's very low mintage for the time. MS69, again, not really seeing many of these sold on the secondary market anymore. So very, very rare and hard to get these because people are hunting back on the lunar coins. So we've got Year of the Horse coming up next year as well, so it'd be pretty cool to get that one and add that to as part of my collection. As I do like getting the 1/10 gold, but this is just has memories for me as being my very first ever gold coin, so I thought that was pretty cool and unique to put out. Another fun one that I always thought I like the design. Doesn't hold much value from that aspect, but I love the coin itself. So this is a tri-metals. So you've got your copper on the outside, your silver, and gold plated in the middle. But I just thought this was really unique and pretty cool. So it's a $50 coin. So it's got a very high kind of monetary value on this one. Only 2,500 of these were made. They came in a set of 3 with another silver coin in that. But I like the design, and I like the way it was actually made with the coloured in the middle. So I was hoping for a 70 on this one, but 69 is pretty cool. I'm not sure how much this is actually worth being a graded coin or not, if it adds any value at all. It's not something that most people collect, but for me, I kind of liked it, and I've always thought having a tri-metal like this looks really, really neat. The next one I've got off camera, but this is one that I got last year, and this is my first kind of really big coin. So this is, I think I bought it for about $1,200. It's 1 kilo of silver. Here with the Queen effigy, as you can see, it's a $30 coin. But it's 1 kilo. The Year of the Dragon is probably worth around 1,600 plus roughly now. So it's definitely gone up because of the silver value has definitely gone up. And over time, when these become harder to obtain, the Year of the Dragon is always one to collect. So definitely very cool to own this one and have this one as part of a collection. And just holding it, even with your fingers, you really struggle to hold this one. But it's always a neat piece to bring out and show people that you've got a 1 kilo coin of silver. It's definitely a lot of fun to own, and definitely something quite unique as part of a collection. And the last one, it's kind of a favorite, but kind of really cool to own. So this is another Coronation one, but the key reason why I like this one is when I got this one initially after I got it graded, I was one of one in the world to get an MS69 on this coin. So I was the only one to have that such high quality grade on this one. So haven't really checked recently if there's been many more MS69s, but I still think having a high grade on a coin like this is definitely something quite unique. So I love having these kind of Coronation ones. These are kind of the ones that really got me into making the YouTube channel as it was, because they were the kind of coins that were being released at the time. But definitely having this one is kind of a cool one to have as part of a collection. It's not one of my favorites, but it's definitely kind of got me excited when I saw that I was one of the highest populations when it comes to grading scores of this one. I think that's definitely pretty neat. So I'd love you to chuck in the comments below, what are some of your favorite coins that you own? What are the cool memories that you have as well? What coins that I've put here on display do you like? Is there any specific that you like or some that you don't like? Doesn't matter what your feedback is, but I'd like to hear what people personally think of my favorites and why I like them, and what are some of your coin collections that you enjoy. As always, make sure you do give us a big thumbs up if you enjoy the content and like Dan the Collecting Man and like some of these coins that you've seen here. And if you're not yet subscribed to Dan the Collecting Man, I've definitely got a lot of cool fun videos coming up over the next year. So I've got a really good plan for 2025. Make sure you do subscribe so you can get up to date and see those really cool releases. And as always, thanks so much for watching and joining the coin collecting community. I'll see you in my next video. Dan.